In this video, we're going to look at how to create a dashboard in Kibana. You can access dashboards via the home screen here or via the drop-down menu. You can see here that we've got a dashboard already created using some of the graphs that are currently in the system. We're going to use some of these graphs to create a new dashboard. If we click on dashboard here, it brings us to some dashboards that are already in the system. We want to create a new one, so click on create dashboard. Okay, and then we've got an option to add an existing or new object. So if we click on that, we'll see a list of graphs, and tables and searches that have been saved in the system. Now, I know some of the names of the graphs that we've created, so I'm just going to quickly type in some of them. So the first one is applications per local authority. The list updates. As we type, click on that, and see that's added our graph showing the applications in the system per local authority. Now I'm going to add some more to that. I'll add development type. I'll come out with that. You can see we've got a bar chart showing the different development types in the system. And then I'm going to add a map, which we called map. You can see there we've got 3 items on the dashboard. Now we can add as many of these as we want, but for this example, I'm just going to stick to 3, keep it simple. And we can respace each one of these, so we can change the size, bigger or smaller, depending on what you want to see on the screen. We could have several layers at the top here, squeeze it all onto one row. You can just set that up for whatever meets your need. I think what we'll do here is just have the map as one big long section at the bottom. And the other 2 graphs slotted in at the top. And we can save that. The system, so if you ever want to refer to it, it's there as example dashboard. Now when we save it, we're going to click store time with the dashboard, and that just means that whenever we look at that dashboard, it's going to update to the latest data in the system. See the explanation here. Click on save. Now we can use this to filter down to see some more detail in the data. So let's click on Lambeth, for example. You can see the different development types there. That's all refiltered Lambeth. And then the map is caught up, so we can see all the detail for Lambeth there. We can zoom in on that. Pick out one of these. Maybe we just want to filter on the ones that are completed. That filters that down again. To delete those searches, you can see that the filters are here. So we've filtered for Lambeth, we've filtered for completed. You can just take them away. And the dashboard updates. Take this one away and updates. We can use the search bar to filter. So you see when you click on that, there's a list of field names you can search for. So we can search, say, if you have a particular street name that you want to look at. So let's have a look for it. I'll just type in Thule. Anywhere that has the word Thule in now. I know that Thule Street's in Southwark, and it looks like there's also something showing up in Lambeth there. And it'll so it's filtered out here, everything else. If we zoom out on the map, we should see where those appear. We can zoom in again to have a look in more detail. That's one way of filtering. Another way is to click in Add Filter. So we might want to say, to look at the decision date in the last month. So we can say is between now minus 1M for month. The end of the range is now. So you see that we don't have any details now. So let's extend that back. We can edit the filter. Let's say on Y, let's say 5Y for 5 years. You can also do hours, H, weeks, W if you want. Let's see what we get now. So it's still filtering on the previous search, but if we click update, it'll look across all bars. There's lots more we can show you on this, but that's just a simple dashboard to get you started. If we want to look at, say, new builds, in Newham, see we've got 253 there. And we want to look at some of the underlying data. You can click on the box at the top right of any of the graphs there, and then explore underlying data. You can see our filters here have carried to a new page. This is the Discover page. where you can see the details of all of the 253 applications that we found. If you click on the drop-down menu here, you can look in more detail at the information relating to that application.